Hello and welcome to Modern Skills in English. Today, we're going to talk about something that every young person faces, the pressure of making big life decisions. Choosing a career, a place to live, even what to study. It can feel overwhelming.
Overwhelming is the right word. It feels like everyone is asking, so what's your plan? And if you don't have a perfect answer, you feel like you're already failing. There are so many options, and I'm terrified of choosing the wrong one. What if I pick a career and hate it in 5 years? Then I'm stuck. The pressure to get it right on the first try is huge. It feels like standing in front of 100 doors and being told one of them is right and all the others are wrong, but no one tells you which is which.
And what if the goal isn't to find the right door? What if the goal is to build the right compass?
A compass? What do you mean?
Most students think they need a map for life, a step-by-step guide that shows them the best path to success. Go to this university, get this degree, take that job. It sounds safe, it sounds clear.
Yes, that's exactly what I want. A map. It would make things so much easier.
It would. But a map has a serious problem. It only works if you know exactly where you want to go, and it becomes useless the moment you step off the path. The world changes, you change. A map drawn by someone else can't adapt. The anxiety you feel isn't because you don't have a map. It's because you're trying to follow someone else's directions to a place you haven't chosen for yourself.
So I'm trying to read a map for a different country.
Precisely. The real work isn't finding a better map. It's building your own personal compass, an internal guide that tells you which direction is north for you, no matter where you are.
Okay, I like that idea, but how do you build a compass? It sounds abstract.
We can start with the first most common belief. The belief is that you should ask the question, what should I do with my life?
Right. That's the question I ask myself every day. What job should I get? What should I study?
And it's a reasonable question. We're taught to think in terms of actions and goals. The problem is, it starts at the end. It's like trying to build the roof of a house before you've built the foundation. It leads to unstable choices. You might pick a career because it pays well or because your parents approve of it, and then feel empty doing it.
Because the foundation isn't there.
Exactly. The new way to think is to ask a different question first. Not what should I do, but who do I want to be? It's a small change in words, but a massive change in perspective. It shifts your focus from an external goal to an internal principle. These are your fundamental principles.
Who do I want to be? I've never really thought about it like that. I'm always thinking about what job title I want.
Let's take an example. Imagine two software developers. On the outside, they do the same job. They write code. But let's look at their internal compass. One developer's core value is creativity. She wants to be a person who builds beautiful, innovative things. The other's core value is service. He wants to be a person who solves problems that help people live better lives.
So they have the same job, but for totally different reasons.
Yes. Now, a new project comes up. It's a project to make an accounting app more efficient. It's stable, but not very creative. The second developer, driven by service, might love this. He's making a tool better for thousands of users. But the first developer, driven by creativity, might feel drained and uninspired. The job itself wasn't the problem. The alignment with her fundamental self was missing.
I see. So knowing who you want to be helps you choose the right projects, not just the right job title. That leads to a second fear I have, the fear of making a mistake.
The belief that one wrong choice can ruin everything?
Yes, if I choose the wrong university major, I've wasted years and a lot of money. The stakes feel so high. This fear makes me not want to choose anything at all.
Many people feel this way. It comes from seeing life as a narrow path with cliffs on either side. One wrong step and you fall. This belief fails because it assumes you can't correct your course. It freezes you with anxiety.
So what's the better way to think?
Instead of a narrow path, imagine life as an ocean, and your values, your personal compass, help you navigate that ocean. There are no wrong turns in an ocean, only course corrections. If you start sailing in one direction and realize it doesn't feel right, it's too stormy or it's leading you away from the sun, you don't panic. You simply adjust your sails and turn the ship.
So choosing a major isn't a permanent, irreversible decision. It's more like choosing a direction to sail for a while.
Exactly. Let's say you value adventure. You decide to study tourism because it seems adventurous. After a year, you realize the business side of tourism isn't for you. The old belief says, you failed, you made a mistake. But with a compass, you say, okay, Tourism wasn't the right expression of adventure for me, but my desire for adventure is still true. What's another way to express it? Maybe you switch to environmental science to work outdoors, or to journalism to travel and tell stories. You didn't fail. You just gathered more information about your personal north.
That makes it feel much less stressful. You're just refining your direction, not starting over from zero. But what if your compass is just confused? I feel like I want opposite things.
Ah, the third common belief. I have to choose between my conflicting desires.
Yes, for example, I want freedom and independence, but I also want security and stability. I want to do something creative, but I want to earn a good salary. It feels like I have to sacrifice one to get the other. I can't have both.
This is a classic trap. It assumes your values are in conflict, but often they are just different expressions of a deeper single value. The goal isn't to choose between them, but to find the alignment between them. When you feel a conflict like freedom versus security, it's a signal to dig deeper. What does freedom truly mean to you? Is it freedom from a 9-to-5 schedule, or freedom to make your own decisions? And what does security mean? Is it a high salary, or is it knowing you have valuable skills that will always be in demand?
Okay. For me, freedom is about not having a boss telling me what to do every hour, and security is knowing that I can pay my bills without constant stress.
So, could there be a path that offers both? A path where you have high autonomy and reliable income? Perhaps being a freelancer in a high-demand field, like graphic design or web development, or starting your own small business. Suddenly, freedom and security aren't opposites. They are two sides of the same coin, the desire for self-reliance. Finding that deeper connection is alignment. You're not choosing one over the other. You're finding the single path that honors both.
That makes sense, but it still feels hard. If this compass idea is so effective, why do so many people, even successful people, still feel lost or struggle with their choices? My parents, my teachers, they have expectations. Society rewards certain paths. What if my personal compass points in a direction that isn't practical or accepted?
That is the most important question, because your compass doesn't operate in a vacuum. It operates in the real world with real pressures. The common mistake is to think your compass is a shield to block out the world, that you must choose between your values and the world's expectations.
Right, it feels like a fight. My dream versus their plan for me.
But the compass isn't a shield, it's a filter. It helps you process the world's expectations, not ignore them. When your parents suggest you become a lawyer because it's a secure profession, you don't have to immediately accept or reject it. You consult your compass. Let's say your most important value is helping others. You can ask yourself, can I be a lawyer in a way that aligns with helping others?
So maybe I wouldn't be a corporate lawyer, but I could work for a nonprofit or be a human rights lawyer.
Precisely. You use your value to shape the path, not just to pick one. The external suggestion, be a lawyer, is just data. Your compass helps you interpret that data in a way that is true to you. This makes your choices feel authentic and distinct. Your path might look similar to someone else's, but your reason for walking it, your internal experience of it, will be completely your own.
So it's not about rejecting the world. It's about engaging with the world from a place of personal truth. It's about making my choices, even the small ones, more deliberate.
Exactly. You start to live in a more intentional way. Every choice becomes an opportunity to check in with your compass. Does this friendship align with my value of kindness? Does this part-time job align with my value of learning? It's not about perfection. It's about practice.
The practice of checking in. So the fundamental work is to understand my own principles first. Then I can navigate the world's complexities. The goal is to find alignment, to make my life feel like a distinct expression of me by being more intentional.
You've just described the entire journey.
Wow. It's not about having all the answers right now. It's about having a way to find the answers for myself over time. The pressure to have a perfect life plan feels lighter. It's okay that I don't have a map. I can start by just figuring out my compass.
And the compass doesn't show you the destination. It just shows you the way home, to yourself. Hello to everyone listening. Thank you for joining us for this conversation. If this topic was helpful, we'd be very interested to hear what other challenges or big questions you're thinking about.
Yes, please let us know in the comments. We read them all, and it helps us decide what to talk about next. It would be great to hear from you.